Hello. So today in this video we'll be starting with PyTest framework development. This is the first video of PyTest framework, and I will be showing you from scratch like what what how to install PyTest framework and then the naming conventions and few other things. Okay, so let's start it. And previously we have created this script from scratch. Uh, we didn't use PyTest framework, but it's just a plain Python file, and we executed it as well. So now we'll be trying to convert it in the PyTest script. Okay, so first we need to install a plugin. So the plugin name is PyTest Playwright. We can install PyTest as well. I mean that means which is means the only PyTest, but this is actually maintained by MS Team, I mean Microsoft. So if I search it here and if I go here, okay, so this is like actually the PyTest dev team has has been maintained by PyTest dev team. Okay, and so I'm just copying it from here, and the version is this latest version, that is 0.3.0. Okay, so I'm going to my console, or this is the terminal, and hitting enter. Okay, okay, that's fine. I was thinking to show you what packages I have earlier, but that is fine. So it's, you can see like, okay, I already actually checked it before. So I had earlier like playwright setup tool. These are the few packages I had earlier, but now I have installed this playwright, pytest playwright, and after that we can see like it has downloaded lots of different packages, right? So now I can see it is completed. Now let's run pip list once again. So now I can see, okay, you can see a lot of new packages got introduced. So uh, actually these are dependent package. So when I install pytest, I mean playwright pytest, that time this pytest base URL, okay, requests, these are all the things got installed because of that one package. Okay, so that's fine. Now we got the pytest installed here, that is, sorry, pytest playwright installed here. Okay, now we can run our pytest script, but we do not have any pytest script, right? So one thing we can do, like we can convert it, start converting it to the pytest one. But before that I want to show you one good thing about this playwright, which is like we can actually generate a pytest script automatically. So what I mean to say, like let's open the codegen once again, playwright codegen, and I am opening this website sourcedemo.com. Okay, our playwright inspector opened, and this website is also open, right? Okay, now what I can see here, like this is actually giving you a Python script, right? Not PyTest one. So we can actually change it to the PyTest, but you are not able to see, right? Here, right? Python, Java, Playwright. These are the thing it's there, but it is not. We are not seeing this PyTest one. Okay, the reason is like if I come here, if I come to the documentation part, so if I go to the release note and if I go to the version number 1.22, right now CodeGen actually supports generating PyTest test. So maybe we are not in this 1.22 version, right? So let's check the version once. So the version of playwright is um, 1.21. That is why we are not able to see that pytest script generate. I mean, we cannot see this pytest test option here like that. See, they have given the screenshots. Okay, so let's upgrade this playwright. Let's open this page. So let's close it once. Okay, so pip install -u, and then I think -u capital, -u playwright. So it's actually downloading this 1.22 because we have used this -u flag, that is means upgrade. So let's wait for some time. It's showing like 926 MB is getting downloaded. Okay, and after that we need to also run our I mean, we need to reinstall these browser binaries as well, because each version has some different I mean, may not be working with the previous browser binaries. So because the drivers will get changed, right? Okay, so next what we can do, like playwright install. So it's downloading the binaries. Like first it removed all these previous one like Chromium, Firefox, and WebKit. Now it is actually downloading the latest one. So we can see probably is it Chromium 102. Earlier it was maybe different. I'm not sure exactly, but yeah, the build number is different, right? Can you see it? 1005. Earlier it was 1000 only. Okay, let's wait for few seconds, and by that time it will be downloaded. Okay, it's almost done. Okay, we can do one more thing, like when installing this I mean playwright install, you can, after playwright install, you can use like, if you wanted to just install one browser, not all those browser, all these browser like Chromium, Firefox, and Safari, or sorry, WebKit. So instead of that we can use like playwright install and Chromium. So only Chromium will get downloaded. Okay, so okay, so we are done here. I mean, this downloading is completed. So now I can I mean, we just use this codegen of once again. So wrigst rewrite codegen, and I can just copy the URL. Okay, so now as you can see, this playwright inspector, by default it is Python is selected. The target one means the script. So in which language you want to generate the script. So if you want to generate the script in Java, then you can select Java. If you want to select the script in JavaScript, then you can select JavaScript. But here we want to get this script in PyTest framework. I mean direct PyTest script. So I can select PyTest. So you can see this is quite, I mean, just 7 lines of code, so it reduced a lot. So actual line of number of lines is 1 2 3, only 3 lines, right? So now let's do some actions here. So let's enter the username standard user and secret sauce. So let's click on the login and let's click on it and click on the logout. Okay, so let's see, it auto generated some code. So now we can copy it. So as this is a pytest script, okay, so what we can do now, I can create a package pytest framework. Okay, and after that I can create one file or Python file which is like first my test script, or you can see like my test script dot py. Okay, so I'm copying it. Okay, I know I did some mistake here if you know about pytest already, but I will rectify that a bit later. So okay, so I can see like this is actually pytest code, right? So now I can run it directly. I mean, I can now close this one, and now, so okay, sorry. So one thing we need to know, like to execute a pytest script, we can come here and from the terminal we can run, from here as well we can run it. Okay, but it is okay, I'm not running from here as right now, but I wanted to show something different. So normally we use this command line. So in the command line, if I just hit pytest and I can just hit pytest and just hit enter, so it will start executing, right? So let's try it. I mean, this is the command to execute your pytest script. Okay, so if you notice here, it says like no test executed, but we have one test, that is a pytest, right? This is one pytest. So my test script that I have created, but why it is not taking it, right? Because pytest follows some naming conventions. So the first one is like the Python file name or this module name should start with a test keyword, right? So let me refactor it. So refactor rename, and let's put a test before this. Test my script, my test script. So instead of my test my script. Okay, so I'm just refactoring it and it got refactor. Now let's run it once again. Okay, so it took my script now and it says one passed. So what happened just now? So because I didn't give anything, I mean, I didn't mention like whether we want to execute in headless mode or headed mode. By default it is actually executing in headless mode. Okay, now to execute in headed mode, we just have to pass one flag dash dash headed. Okay, and also I can use another flag that is minus s. It is for giving output. So if there is any output I want to print, that I can print it. So I can write here something, uh, print test completed. Okay, this thing I can see in the console. And also I'm just removing this, I mean this hashtag to uncomment it, because I wanted to check these assertions, right? So it's saying like expect this page to have this URL and expect this page to have the URL. Okay, so this is some kind of assertions we have. Okay, so and this is also auto generated, right? We didn't write it. So let's run it now. So now we should see the browser opens. Yeah. Okay, so browser opens and closed after completing the test, and also it is saying like test completed, this message, because we passed this minus s. Okay, so we actually didn't write this script, right? But it is auto-generated. So I hope you got some understanding like how to auto-generate the script from this playwright code generator, and then you can put this script here and run it like this. So 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 for PyTest we just need to remember this thing like this naming convention should be like if this is a file module, then this should start with the test keyword, and also if there is any class available, then that should start with capital T E S T. Okay, that these two things we should remember. And okay, so for today's video I think this is enough. Next video of what I will be doing, I will be converting this source demo test which you have written earlier. Okay, this I will convert to this pytest script. And one thing we have noticed, like this code, like here it is using page. So what is this page? So page is nothing but a fixture which is it using. So because of that it is not. So if you do not know about fixtures, don't worry, we'll create separate video for that. And so page dot go to, so it's directly navigating to the source demo. So probably we wanted to say like how we are creating the browser. So browser creation is I mean browser context or page, whatever you say. So those things are taken care of, like what I mean, like this one, this part, this is these three lines, right? So these three lines are taken care by this page fixture. Okay, so we do not need to write this code. So it's actually reduce, it just reduces your efforts to write this script. So that's why it's really cool, right? Okay, so thank you for watching, and please like, share, and subscribe.